3 decades ago, these former military homes were decommissioned, and years later the land turned into a residential neighborhood. That work is still ongoing, and now the government wants to add another 500 homes.
We want to create an opportunity to leverage public lands across levels of government.
It's just one example. The budget has similar plans for more than a dozen unneeded Defense Department buildings.
We're very excited to talk about that.
Ottawa's mayor says he's encouraged, but the details will matter.
We'd have to go site by site and understand what each of the properties is like, what buildings are there, do they have heritage designations and other restrictions, are there other challenges on the site?
The government's also eyeing derelict Canada Post buildings like this one in Vancouver. It's among 6 being assessed for possible development.
How many government buildings do we have? If they convert them, does that really address the issue?
I'd like them to build a lot more housing and not have this 3-5 year window before people can get in.
We cannot afford housing here already. It's expensive.
In all, the government says it hopes to have 250,000 new homes built on its public property by 2031. But leasing out cheap, unused federal office buildings and land would come with some strings attached.
If we're leveraging public land, we're going to insist on certain affordability criteria.
This housing expert says that could be a deterrent for developers.
Developers don't like a whole bunch of rules and regulations that they have to comply with, and especially if it reduces their potential profit margin. So the more of those requirements that are put on by the government, the less likely they are to be encouraged to go ahead and do it.
He also says the process to build even more homes on federal land like this could take 3 to 4 years, all at a time when the Liberals are up against the election clock. Ashley Burke, CBC News, Ottawa.